You are determined to be successful and work hard to get there. You often get stuck in a loop of pushing, trying, and causing things to happen. You've been taught that your worth depends on what you've done, and that you have to fight against the flow of life all the time to find your way. But because you always struggle, you forget the magic that comes from letting the world run its course. Most of the time, the most powerful thing is the softest touch, the smoothest flow, and the ability to not push. Lao Tzu said that the only way to get things done is to stop trying to control them. The idea of Wu Wei, which means acting without forcing, comes from Taoism, an old Chinese philosophy. The Tao Tai Ching, which is the most important book in Taoism, says that people should follow the Tao, or natural order of the world. This means you shouldn't try to control what happens or make things happen. Instead, you should let things happen naturally and take the road with the least amount of trouble. Of course, Wu Wei doesn't always mean the same thing. As a result of different translations, Wu Wei can mean different things. For some, it means non-action or doing nothing. For others, it means, in any case, Wu Wei is an art of not pushing yourself and just going with the flow. Lao Tzu said that using force always causes problems that can't be seen. As it turns out, Lao Tzu doesn't really mean actual force when he talks about force. Instead, it means forcing your will on others and getting in the way of how things should be. Nature goes in its own direction, working in the background all the time and being the basis of our lives. All parts of life are affected by this force that always makes new things. Lao Tzu stresses how important it is to match ourselves with this natural flow instead of trying to control or change it. Even though this is true, there is a strong belief that conscious human work is the most important thing. Most of the time, we celebrate effort, even if it doesn't work. Being busy, just for the sake of being busy. There are times when we just want to push rocks uphill for the sake of pushing. It is important to try, but it is also very important to try in a smart way. Sometimes you have to work hard and take action, but a lot of the time you don't. It changes based on how things go. A lot of the time, we think that if we work hard enough and are determined enough, we can make anything happen. But the truth is that there are many things that we can't change. Unexpected things that happen, other people's choices, and the fact that life is inherently unpredictable can all play a part. The weather, the stock market, and other people's thoughts and deeds are out of our hands. When you insist on pushing results, you often end up in a never-ending circle of anger, stress, and tiredness. Wu Wei isn't about being passive or lazy. To be in touch with life's natural rhythms means to know when to act and when to let go. You waste valuable time and energy by overthinking, feeling sorry for yourself, or blaming others when you try to force things to happen. You can easily and smoothly reach your goals, though, if you go with the flow of life. Alan Watts said, "Instead of going with the flow, rowing is a rather careless way to move a boat across the water. To sail, you need to be able to flow through nature without any problems. Think about a river that flows down a mountain. It does not force its way through rocks and pebbles. Instead, it finds the easiest way to get around them and moves that way. In this way, it makes the scenery beautiful and peaceful." The river can teach you a lot about how to use Wu Wei's power in your own life. You may have noticed that trying to force things usually ends up making things worse and causing stress. If you let go, let things happen as they will, you can reach your goals with ease and grace. But that doesn't mean you should do nothing or wait for things to happen. It means doing something when the time is right and letting go when you need to. In judo, it's important to know how to use your muscles in a smart and exact way. You don't use force randomly or when it's not needed. Instead, you wait for the right time, when your opponent is weak and off balance. You add a little strength to your skill at that moment, which lets you make a good throw and beat your opponent. It's important to use muscle only when it's helpful and never when it's not. This method makes sure that you are efficient and makes the most of your moves. In judo, when you move, you should try to do the least amount of work possible. This means getting your work done with the least amount of time and energy. Being efficient and successful is what it means, not being lazy or not giving it your all. You can improve your chances of success and lower your stress levels by being smart about how you use your resources and not wasting anything. Take the case where you have a big job tomorrow. Let's step back and look at this situation through the lens of Wu Wei. Do not try to perform exceptionally well. Instead, Take a moment to unwind and let go of the stress. Remember that you can't change the questions that will be asked or the result. You should remind yourself of your skills, experiences, and abilities. Have faith in your skills and the work you've done to get ready for this job. Let yourself go with the flow of the conversation. Focus on being real and present instead of trying to strongly impress the speaker. Pay close attention to what they have to say and answer clearly and with confidence. Let your ideas come to you easily by using what you know and what you've done. It's possible that the interview will be well planned, original, and interesting. You might be sure of yourself and proud of the work you've done. You know you did your best, or if something doesn't go as expected and you feel like you failed, remember that letting go and going with the flow can often lead to even better results. It's important to accept the process, chill out, and let things happen as they may. This way, you can get things done without putting in too much effort. You can finish the job without getting stressed out or overwhelmed if you do it this way. Along with that, it makes you happier, which makes you more active and effective. So friend, we find comfort in giving up when we learn how to not force. We learn to let go of our attachments to certain results and instead focus on the here and now. We realize that our wants are just whispers from the soul that lead us to our greatest potential when we give up control. We let the world do its magic when we let go of the need to control every part of our lives. If you're still here, I would be incredibly grateful if you could support me by sharing and commenting. Your support would mean so much to me. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a great day.